Hey guys, Copen here. Today I'm going to show you how to make an automatic bamboo farm. These farms are great for unlimited fuel as bamboo can be used for fuel in furnaces. So let me show you what you're going to need to build the farm. Okay, so here is the material list for the farm. This is just a loose list of materials you're going to need. Exact numbers will depend on how big you build the farm. So you're going to need about a stack of chests, a few stacks of hoppers, 20 slime blocks, about a stack or two of bamboo, several stacks of glass blocks. I went with black stained glass, 2 sticky pistons, 4 observers, several stacks of building blocks. I went with deep slate bricks, some dirt for temporary blocks, some water buckets. Also, it's helpful to make an infinite water source as well and keep it close by. 2 redstone repeaters, 2 iron trapdoors, 2 daylight sensors, 2 obsidian, several stacks of packed ice, and about a stack of fence gates. Okay, now that we got the materials out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first up, we got the flying machine. And the way you're going to do this is you're going to need your 2 sticky pistons and your slime blocks. And on the left side of the flying machine, the sticky piston needs to be facing towards the slime blocks. And on the right side, the sticky piston is on the other side. It needs to be facing towards those slime blocks. And the way you do that is you get a block behind it, and then you place the sticky piston. So you place it like that. And then you come over here and place one block on the side and go 2 more and remove those front 2 and then place the sticky piston facing that way. So that way it has the same orientation as those, and then get rid of those. And then for the slime blocks, there has to be 10 on each side. So you're going to place 1 like that right there, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then same thing over here, place 1 in front of the sticky, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that will be the flying machine with the slime blocks and the sticky pistons. Alright, so the next thing you want to do is on the sides over here, there's going to be a 1 block gap. So you have the 1 block and then your building block you can place. So you can place right there, remove that, and then you come over here and do the same thing. Be a temporary block and then your building block. You place that and then get rid of that. And the reasoning for this is there has to be a gap between the flying machine and your building blocks, just so that the flying machine doesn't get stuck or doesn't operate properly. So we got to have that space so that it can go down and back both ways. So once you got that done, you're going to want to come down here all the way to the ground, just like so. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the 6th block is level with the flying machine. And the reasoning for this is that the way we're going to build the farm, we got to have space underneath the farm for water to run by to collect all the items. So that's why I built the height of the farm or the flying machine like this so that we can have room underneath the farm. So you can go ahead and get rid of that, and then you're going to come down here. Well, you're going to build down so that it levels up like that. And once you get on the floor, you're just going to go all the way down here. And then on the back part of it, it's going to be 2 blocks. And then the 3rd is where the farm comes around and behind it. So this 3rd block levels up with this, just like that. And then you keep going around, and the same thing over on this side. It's going to match up where 1 block space, and then it's the building block, just like that. And you keep going and going and going. And then the same thing on this side. There's a 2 block gap, and then the 3rd is the actual part of the farm. And that's how this rectangular box should look. And it's just 1 block all the way around. Okay, so for your next step is the glass blocks. And this is what's going to build up on the sides of the farm. And this is not necessary. You don't have to use glass blocks. I just like to use glass blocks so I can see inside the farm. And what you're going to do is build up 12 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it's 16 blocks tall, but from the stem of the bamboo, which is this one right here, That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 total from the stem all the way to the top is what I built it with. And the reasoning for that number is about 12 growth stages, well 11 if you don't count the base, 11 growth stages for the bamboo to grow up per day. And I don't think it'll grow more than 11 stages in one day per crop farm or per stick. So I went with that. So once you get up here is going to be the ceiling. So let's go ahead and do the same thing over here. Okay, once you get the side up to the same height, what you're going to do is go across. Okay, so now once you got the base of the glass done, you can now know about what it's going to look like across the whole farm. So what you're going to do is do this around the entire border of the farm all the way across, so it'll be the top and sides of the farm. So I'm going to go ahead and build all these. Okay, real quick, for the docks over here, I forgot to record this in the first part of the video, so I had to record this afterwards and then edit it in, so it may look weird in correlation to the rest of the video. But for these, you're going to have the observer facing that way. So what you do is you just get 2 temporary blocks, and then you have the observer, and then put it like that, and then see how the face will look like that. And then on top you have the redstone repeater, and it'll be placed like that. So you take that off, place it down, and it'll be just like that and set it to 1 tick. And then you go ahead and get iron doors, iron trapdoor, and you're gonna attach it to the repeater like that. And then over here is the observer, the daylight detector, just like that. But you're gonna make sure they line up with the sticky pistons, just like I did. So it'll come all the way from the sticky piston all the way back to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 blocks. And then it'll be the observer. So go ahead and get rid of these. And then the same thing on the other side, just to make sure that it lines up right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So it'll be 25 and then an observer. Okay, now that that's done, you got your glass blocks on this side, glass blocks on that side, and the roof. So your farm is completely encased in. So the next thing you're going to do is come over here, and this is where the bamboo is going to be placed. You're going to, let's start in the middle. It'll have 1 down from this side, just like that. And then you're going to come across all the way until the last slime block. And then the same thing over here, all the way across to the last slime block. You're going to want to do that to all these other ones. And there's going to be a 2 block gap between each section, just like that. And you're going to do this all the way across. Okay, just like that. Now let me go ahead and fill in the rest of these. Okay, now that they're all done, they should all look like that. And then for the gap between, on this side, you see how the dock is on the right, and the other side, the dock is on the left. On this side, it's 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 5 block gap between the last farm line and the observer. And then on this side, which is the right side, it's over to one to the right from that one. There is 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a 4 block gap between the observer and the last line. And the reasoning for that is just so you have room for the flying machine to dock and not have the bamboo and stuff be in the way, and just give some room for it to work. So that's why I did that on both sides. Okay, so for the chest area, you're going to come out here. This is the same side that had the 4, the 1, 2, 3, 4 gap between it. You're going to come out here, and it's going to be 10 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going to be 10 blocks long. You start on this side, you go down 10, and you're going to place chests. And you're going to place 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And make them double chests, just like that. And then I like to make a little bit of room between the chests, so just so you can kind of come down here to the chest. It's not necessary. This is optional to do this, but I just like to build a little bit of room to work with. So I'm going to get rid of those. And then for the hoppers, attach them to the chest. Alright, so attach them all to the chest. Come up here. And then on this side, you're going to break this line right here. Just like that. And then do that. And then you're going to come down here, and there's going to be a line going all the way across the chest. Just like that. And on this side, you attach it to that hopper on the other side, and then attach to that one, and then hoppers going this way, and hoppers going this way. Over top of the hoppers, you're going to have fence gates, and then open all of them up. And then the next thing you're going to do is all this grass has got to be packed ice. So you're going to get your packed ice and just replace all the grass with packed ice. So you're just going to go ahead and remove it, just like that. Replace all of it with packed ice. So I'm going to go ahead and get all this taken care of and replace the grass with packed ice. Okay, now that all this is packed ice, on the other side, which you're going to come down here, is going to get water buckets and just go along this entire line, just like that. And once it ends, you're going to come down here with fence gates and go all the way across, just like that, and then open all of them, just like that. And then right behind the fence gates, same thing, all the way across, just water. And then do the same thing again with the fence gates all the way across. And just do that all the way down. Okay, now if done correctly, all the way at the end, where the chests are, there should be a line of the gates, and then there should be a 2-block gap of water where you place all the water across. And then here's the original gates that we place, just like that, so that all the items will come into these hoppers. Okay, next up is the flying machine. We got to get it out of the way. So you're going to go ahead and place, you got to get your observers. So you're going to place dirt on this side, and so basically over top of the pistons, and then come down here like this and place the observer like that. And then like that. So they're facing up. And then you're going to take a temporary block and just place it over top, just like that. And it'll go all the way down. And then we'll get it out of the way. So let's wait for it to come down here. Okay, real quick. With the docking stations, I made a mistake when I was building them. I made them one too low. So you gotta, if you're building along when you're watching this video, you gotta fix that, and you gotta have the stations go up by 1 block so that the iron trap door is directly above the observer. So when it goes down, it's on top of the observer, just like that. And also, this is 1 block too far over, so this station needs to be over 1, so it needs to be in front of this one. So I gotta fix that real quick. Okay, now that I moved it over, you just place the iron trap door over top of it. Okay, now that it's docked, and basically how that'll work is that once the daylight comes, it'll tick this daylight sensor off, which will send the sensor through here, or pulse through here, to the iron trap door. It'll flip up and down, and it'll send the flying machine across to harvest all of the bamboo. Just make sure that this trap door is directly below this observer. So it should be this observer with the repeater and the trapdoor attached to it, and then the observer that is furthest out on the flying machine should be directly under this door. And then the same thing over here. This trapdoor should be on top of the other side of the observer. So it should always be the observer that's furthest out or closest to the docking station should be under that trapdoor. So it's coming across now, and you should see that it goes directly under, just like that. So now once it goes nighttime, that trapdoor will go down and go up, and it'll send it back across. So the flying machine is fully functional now, and the docking stations are correct now. Alright, so the next thing you want to do is take bamboo and place it all the way across this line, just like so. Make sure you get every single spot and do that all the way across. Okay, now that you got all of the bamboo across each thing, you made sure you placed down bamboo in each section of it all the way across. That would be all the bamboo. Now all you gotta do is wait for it to grow, and at the end of the day, the daylight sensor will be ticked, and it'll send the flying machine across, and it'll harvest all of the bamboo. So now all we gotta do is wait for it to go to night, and once it goes to night, this will set it off. Okay, the sun is going down. It's about to switch over, and it should activate the daylight sensor. Okay, activated the daylight sensor, and now it's going across. It's harvesting all of the bamboo all the way across, like so, and that's that. It comes back to the other station and stops. Now, there might be some little pieces of bamboo here and there, but you're still going to get plenty that fall into the water, and they'll go in the hoppers and get collected. About 2 or 3 stacks of bamboo that you'll get. And I know, like I said, there's a bunch that don't go dropped in here, but that's okay. It's just the way it's set this up. It makes it fully automatic that most of them drop down into the water and go into the hoppers. That's just a good way for that work for that, so it makes it fully automated, so you don't have to do anything. It's just every time the day sets and it activates the daylight sensor, which activates the trapdoor and sends the flying machine across, it'll harvest all of that and it'll drop into the hopper, so you don't have to do anything but collect the bamboo. So that is the automatic bamboo farm. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked the video. Please like and subscribe. Take it easy.